Hi guys, so in this video here, last video what we did is I kind of went through appearance and settings. Here I want to show how to set up pages for your website. So this is the website so far. I'll just reload it. Okay, this is what we worked on last video. Here, if you go to pages, so there's two options here. There's post and pages. So pages you can think about as pages of a website. So like if you have a portfolio site that's home, about, contact, gallery, um, uh, I don't know, recommendations, whatever. Posts are more like blog posts. So if you have a blog and you have posts like what you've done today or what you've done yesterday, or like news articles or stuff, you add those as posts. But for the main pages of your website, if you're not making a blog or something like that, you generally just stick to pages. So I'm just going to click on the pages option here. And as you can see, by default, WordPress has a sample page. And you can see that if I go here, you have home, and home is a default. And it looks like home is by default is just a blog. So here's a sample blog post and then a sample page. So what I want to do here, I'm going to replace the sample page, and I'm going to replace this home too with 4 pages. Let's say I'm just making a portfolio. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add new pages. So I'm going to just call this first page about. And so what I did here, maybe I'll back up a little bit, leave page. So here, if you go to add new, you can add a page. So here is the name of the page, and it'll save drafts if you don't finish a page. Here's the author. So you can have different authors if you have multiple people working on the website and when it was last modified. So here I'm going to click back onto about, and here's the title of the page, and then I'm just going to add just a filler here, just add text. And as you can see, there's this interface here. You can do a lot of things here. So here's the visual. You have a visual tab, which is more of like a text editor. So I could deal with this just like you deal with like Word or Open Office or any text editing program. I can go something like, let's say, welcome to my website. And then if I select this, I can make this into a heading. Here's my headings. Okay, and next line, this is some text. And then I can make this italic if I want, if I select it, or deselect it, or bold. So, or you can center stuff. So if I want to make this a link, I just click on this link icon, and then I can put a URL here. Let's say, google.com. So now this is google.com. So you can deal with this section here as a text editor. And let's just publish this really quickly and just see what this looks like. So I'm going to go back to my sample page or reload this, or my website here. And as you can see, it added about here in my nav bar here. So if I click on about, here is my text that I just put in. So this is the title of this section, and this is the header I put in, and this is the link. This edit here thing here is just here because I'm logged in. If I'm not logged in, that disappears. So let's go back to the back end. All right, so here's the visual section. If you want to edit this and have full control of this, you can just go to the text tab here. And this is the actual HTML. So if you want to put HTML here, and you have a specific HTML that you want to put in, you can just copy and paste it right here, or write it by hand. A lot of times you want to work in like Sublime Text, and you have something that specific you want it to look like, and you just you can copy that HTML that you wrote in Sublime Text and put it right here, and that will appear into your website in this section right here. Okay. So other things that you can do here, and it does give you some short codes for adding things. So for example, if I want to make this text bold, this will put the tags around it automatically, so bold is strong. So and another thing that you can do here is, and this is available in the text area or the visual area. Let's say I want to add an image. Now I can add that flower again. I can go to Add Media. And this is the versions of the flower that I've saved. And maybe I'll add the big version. And you can choose what size you want that version to be. So here's the medium size. As I saved the flower into WordPress, it did save it as 3 different sizes. So if I go insert into page at the bottom here, there, it threw in the image for me. And if I go to update, and I reload here, there you go, there's my image. And because WordPress saves the images with the consistent sizes, if I add other images, they should line up pretty well with this image. So, and if I look at this in the text tab here, you can see it automatically threw in the image for me. I'm going to just move this down so it's easier to read. And here's my image tag. The theme gave it a few classes automatically, just so it fits the theme. And here's the link for the image. And here's the width and height it gave it. Okay, so there we go. And if you want to customize this, you can always change the width and height right here if you want to. So other things that you want to, that is important about this edit page section, you can change the status. So if you want to unpublish something, you can make it into a draft or pending review. If you have other people that are reviewing it, draft doesn't show up. So this is published, so this shows so everybody in the world can see. It's right on your website. Here's a visibility, so you can make this public. If you have sensitive information, you can always force a password to see that information, or you can have it private where only you can see it or users can see it, people that can access the back end. Down here, here's how many revisions. So I made 3 revisions already. This is when it was published. Here's page attributes, and I'll get into that when I make a little gallery section. Okay. And then featured image, you don't really need to deal with that right now. So I'll just update this. Okay, so here's again my about page. Let's make a few more pages. So I'm going to go back to all pages here. And we don't need the sample page, so I'm going to click the check mark here, and I'm just going to trash it. And I'm going to just add more pages. So let's say this is an art gallery. So I'm going to make a gallery page. Gallery, and I'm going to go add text just as a filler. I'll publish that. And then I'm going to go back to all pages again. And let's make a home page. I'll just add text. And I'll publish this. And then I'm going to make a new one. Maybe add new contact page. And publish this, okay? And I didn't add a filler, but that's fine. And if I reload, now as you can see that all of these appear at the very top. We have this home here that I'm going to get rid of. This is actually a post. So how you get rid of that, I'm just going to go back to the back end, and I'm going to go to settings, and I am going to go to, I believe, reading. So the front page displays by default my latest post. I'm not making a blog here. So I'm going to just change this to a static page. And my front page, I want to be home. Okay? So I'm just going to click on home. And then if you have a blog section, you can add it here. You can choose. So you may have a page called blog. Okay, so I'm just going to save changes here. And if I go back to my main website, now that home has disappeared, and home now is going to be whatever I add on that page. As you can see, these are anything after home is listed in alphabetical order. If you want to control the order of this, I can show you how to do that. Okay, so if I go to pages again, I'm going to go click on home. And as you can see here, in the page attributes, you have an order section. So 0 is always the first value. So home is going to appear first because the order is 0. So I don't need to touch that at all. Let's say I want about to be second. So I'm just going to change the order to 1. Okay. So this order, this is any integer, and it doesn't have to be consecutive, so you could have order 10, 20, as long as the integers are in ascending order. It's going to appear in order in your nav bar. So I'm going to update this to be order number 1. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I want gallery to actually be second. So I'm going to make order number 2. So I'm going to update that. And then in pages, back to pages, I'm going to make contact the last item. So I'm going to give that order 3. Okay? And I just updated that. So if I go back to my website and reload this, it should all be in the same order. Okay, yes, so home, and then I had about, so home was order 0, about was order 1, gallery was order 2, contact was order 3. So now they're all in the same order, okay? Another thing that you can do that's kind of cool, let's say the gallery, I have different mediums that I'm dealing with. Like, let's say I have painting and I have photography. So I'm just going to add a new page here. I'm just going to call this painting. And let's say I'll eventually have paintings here of different types. Now, you have also these page attributes, parent and template. You don't really need to touch right now. But parent, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this parent, I'm going to go down the list and go to gallery. So by doing this, the gallery is the parent page, and painting, this page is referred to as the child page. So this painting page will be within the gallery page. So this will be part of a drop-down menu, usually in a theme. So if I publish this and I go to my WordPress site and reload, as I hover over gallery, then I have painting underneath. So I'm going to add a bunch of different mediums here. So let's try painting. I'll go add new, maybe video, and I'm going to change the parent to gallery. And as you can see, painting is indented here, indicating that it's a child and the gallery is the parent, so it's going to be within that page. And then you can also do, if I have different types of paintings, I can have it, I can make painting a parent too, and I can have other types of paintings, so I can have menus within menus if I want to. So I'm going to just publish this here. So video, I'm going to add another page here, and as you can see here, because painting is with a child of the gallery, there's a dash here, and these are all indented. I'm going to just add new. I'll do something, maybe photography. And the parent will be gallery. And I'll maybe add one more called sculpture. And there, parent will be gallery. So I'll publish all those. So now if I go to the pages, I have many different pages. So home, about, gallery. There's four childs within the gallery. So there's four different sections within my gallery section, and then the context section. So if I go back to WordPress site and I reload this, if I go hover over gallery, now I have four selections here. Okay. And I can choose each one. So if I had a gallery and I was dividing the gallery into four sections, there's how you do it. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I can do here is I can, let's give some content to these websites. So, welcome to my website. Okay, and I can update this. And here's something that's interesting. Now I got my pages. Now let's say I want to start adding images and other things to my pages. I can go to the media section up here, and as you can see, I have my flower, and there's 3 different crops of it. So there's the original flower, and these will be displayed in the order that they've been uploaded. So here's the original one. This is the crop for the favicon at the top, and then this is the crop for the header. I can start taking images if I want, and I can just start adding them. So I'm going to just go to Google Images really quickly. And I'm going to just add some, I'll go like paintings. So just to find a bunch of paintings. View image. I'll just drag a lot of these to the desktop. Alright, so let's have, I'll just put 4 painting, or just download 4 paintings really quick. There's a dog. Alright, cool. So what I can do now is I can go to my backend now, and I have 4 paintings over here. And I can just go add new, and I can just drag these files right in. So here's my 4 images that I have. I'll just drag them in right here. And they'll automatically not only automatically upload, but they'll all be saved as 3 different image sizes: thumbnail, small, and large too. So now I have my 4 images here. And if I go to my library, as you can see, they're right here. And if I click on any of these images, what you can see is here's the URL of the image. And then here's the title, so I can call this dog painting if I want to. You can actually put captions if you want to. Text painting of a test painting of a dog. You know, you can have alt tag. This automatically adds an alt tag to your thing. And you can have a description, so you can add these. And then you can also edit the image if you want to crop it right in WordPress. So you can add all that information here, or if you want to access the exact URL that the image exists, it's right here. So let's throw those paintings into my paintings page. So I'm going to go to painting. And here I'm just going to go add media, and I'm going to just select the 4 paintings that I want to go in. And if you press Shift and click on the string of paintings or the images, they'll all be checkmarked. So I'm just going to insert all these into my page. So they're all checkmarked, meaning they're going to go in. You can also change what size or whatever here, and it says how many are selected here. And you can edit that selection. But if I click Insert into Page, they're in there. Since I have my caption here, this one appears Test Painting of the Dog. So it's in a little bit sloppily here, but let's just see what it looks like. I'm going to just go to Update. And I'm going to reload. And I'm going to just go to Gallery Painting. And there's my 4 images right in there. Now these weren't placed in very nicely. So what I can do here is there's other strategies that I can do to get these images to look better. One thing I can do is make sure that all the images are the same aspect ratio or the same size and width, and then they'll all line up a little bit better. Another thing that I can do here is I could actually go into my HTML here and add my own custom HTML and have like a little gallery section here. The third thing I can do, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just delete these images, and I'm just pressing delete here just to take out all these images automatically. Or I could always go into text and I can remove the code there. I can go to add media again, and this time I'm going to go to create gallery, okay? And now I'm going to select all the images that I want, and then I'm going to go create new gallery, okay? And insert gallery. Now because it's a gallery, it made it a little bit neater. Okay, so now if I look at my actual website here and reload it, it lined them up in perfect squares, and now I can click on each one, and there's my image of my dog. Okay, and here it says when it's published, and this will give some information about that actual image. Okay, here's my next one, and I might want to give this a title so it's a little bit neater. So here's a gallery. What I could also do here, I'll show you how to deal with galleries a little bit differently now. So Google Images, I'm gonna just put let's say photography. I'll just take a bunch of images about photography, and let's make it maybe black and white. Okay, so let's just take a few images here. That's nice. Let's try another one. Okay, so here's 4 black and white images. I'm going to go back into my back end here. I'm going to go to media, and I'll just go add new, and I'll just drag these images in. There's an image, and I'll just drag the next 3 in to here. Alright, so they're all uploading. As long as the image is less than 64 megabytes, you shouldn't have trouble uploading the image. If it's bigger than that, then you should be a little bit concerned. Okay, so here's my 4 images. I'm going to go back to Pages, And I'm going to just go to my photography section. And I am going to go, I'm going to go add media. I'm going to go create gallery again. I'm going to select these 4 images there. Then I'm going to go create gallery. And you can choose how many columns you want this to be, by the way. So if I want these to be only 2 columns, and then you can choose the size. So if you want them bigger images, you can go medium or large. So you can control the columns and size here. And I'll just insert this into my page and update. Okay, and now if I go to my gallery and photography, there's my 4 photographs. Okay, so other things that you can do with media. Media doesn't have to be images. You can put videos in here. You could put PDFs in here. You could put other files if you want to. So if you have like a CV or a document that you want to put in this section, you can throw that stuff in. You could put PDFs if you want. For example, here I'll put this PDF in. There's my PDF. So any file that you want to put in, you can throw that into your media library. It could also be audio too if you want. So that's how to deal with the media library. So I'll leave it there. Next video, maybe what I can do is I'll show some plugins, what plugins are, and that's all. Take care.